What's up guys, Justin here of Yugatech, and today's comparison feature is for the people who work as content creators, as nowadays smartphones have become not just a virtual assistant to help organize their lives, but also have been used to further one's creative pursuit for better social media content. Now we have here two of the best bang for your buck smartphones with premium quality features and exceptional camera capabilities. The latest Oppo Reno5 5G and its top contender, the Vivo V20 Pro. That being said, we're putting out a video test for these phones and see how they perform side by side. So if you're interested to know which is the perfect companion for those who want to level up their content creation, especially at this time where everyone looks for ways to be inspired and creative, then just keep on watching. Before we move to the head-to-head comparison of these two devices, both phones were touted as the smartphones for content creation that's packed with creative features which will help you create better content. The Reno5 series in particular that was recently launched in the Philippines is positioned as a phone for content creation. Its campaign idea, #PictureLifeTogether, took inspiration from all the popular and creative social media content that people love doing or sharing with their BFFs and loved ones. The phone's carefully crafted, powerful camera specs guarantee better experience for young users as they curate their next best TikTok video, IG photos, or mini vlogs. Okay, now let's have a short recap for the camera specs of each device. The Oppo Reno5 can shoot videos up to 4K at 30 frames per second, and it sports a quad camera setup consisting of a 64-megapixel main, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, a 2-megapixel macro, and a 2-megapixel depth. While for selfies, you get a 32-megapixel shooter. Meanwhile, for the Vivo V20 Pro, it can shoot up to 4K at 60 frames per second, and it has a triple camera setup that's composed of a 64-megapixel main, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel mono. For selfies, it's got a dual camera setup that's composed of a 44-megapixel main and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. Moving to the camera samples now, let's first start with the 4K at 30 frames per second on the rear camera. In a good daylight condition, both look pretty good. First glance, you'll notice that the color production from the Reno5 5G is more vibrant, and zooming it in, it gives us more details than the V20 Pro. The Reno5 5G was able to capture shadows properly, while the Vivo V20 Pro tends to blow out bright details of the video. When it comes to zooming in, the Reno5 5G can zoom up to 10 times, while the Vivo V20 Pro can only zoom up to 6 times. So trying them out, the results are highly noticeable as the Vivo V20 Pro is more pixelated and the color is quite pale. Meanwhile, the Reno5 5G is constantly giving us sharp details. Checking out the ultra-wide camera, this is where the Reno5 5G takes the cake. Quality-wise, both are pretty okay, but focusing on the details, the Vivo V20 Pro tends to look mushier, while the colors on the Reno5 5G are more on point. The issue with Vivo's tendency to highlight the sky is still visible here. Now for ultra steady mode, you can only shoot for 1080p for both devices. We took it to a test while in a moving car and it's pretty impressive. You can notice that both are smooth, although Vivo's implementation is slightly better in our opinion. Looking at the Reno5 5G, you can see that its colors are more saturated than the V20 Pro. So definitely if you love taking videos while traveling, then you won't be worried if you have shaky hands. Trying out the full HD slow-mo feature for both devices, the Reno5 5G is much slower than the V20 Pro, so the V20 Pro pretty much takes the cake here. As for low light, you can notice right away that the Vivo V20 Pro is noisier than the Reno5 5G. Lights coming from vehicles and street lamps are maintained and aren't blown out. Zoom it in and you can still read clearly the signage in the photo taken on the Reno5 5G. Comparing the two, the Reno5 5G is more pleasing in the eyes as it gives you more colors and sharp details. Now these two smartphones have a dual video mode, and trying them out reveals some issues with the Vivo V20's electronic image stabilization, resulting in the rear camera moving much slower than the front-facing camera and unnecessary jitters. Meanwhile, the Reno5 5G's dual-view video gives clearer and steadier video output. Both of the smartphones' front camera capabilities are acceptable, with the Oppo Reno5 having a warmer image profile, and this enables it to capture the light behind AJ more accurately. It boils down to your preference if you prefer a more natural color profile or a warmer one. If you're the type who likes to turn your videos into anime characters, then Vivo's V20 Pro got you covered due to its very strong filter. But for most people who prefer a more natural look while maintaining a favorable skin tone, then Oppo's implementation will suit you better. Okay, So if you're a pro, you might want to try the movie mode on the Oppo Reno5 5G. Here you can adjust the settings of your camera that might be very useful for some of you who want to have full control over. Another feature that the Reno5 5G has is that you can turn on its AI highlight to give your video more life. The colors are not that exaggerated, which we like about it. To sum everything up, we could say that both smartphones have their own strengths that cater to different needs. The Oppo Reno5 5G and the Vivo V20 Pro can definitely be a perfect companion for those who want to level up their content creation without breaking the bank, especially for the digital content creators or aspiring ones. Oppo Reno5 5G is a little bit cheaper than the V20 Pro, and with its affordable price, you get early access to the benefits 5G can bring, provided that the service is available in your area. And that helps bring the most out of your smartphone experience, from its impressive camera features like AI portrait beautification, to its gaming performance features to improve performance when playing games like Call of Duty Mobile and Mobile Legends. For price, the Vivo V20 Pro currently retails for 24,999 pesos. On the other hand, the Oppo Reno5 4G variant is priced at 18,999 pesos, while the Oppo Reno5 5G variant is available for 23,999 pesos. The Oppo Reno5 series is officially available in the country via Oppo Concept and online stores, partner dealers, and exclusive partners like Lazada and Shopee, which you can see the links in the description box. So that's it for this video, guys. We hope you find this video helpful if you're choosing which between these two devices are more compatible for your needs. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.